wanted to tell you.
Okay.
One thing I always really wanted to do was learn about organic solar cells.
Oh. You might need this. Let me show you how a real chemist does it. I know a lot about organic photovoltaic cells.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so sunlight provides an infinite supply of energy, basically. There's different methods of capturing this energy. Organic photovoltaic cells are a lighter, cheaper alternative to silicon solar panels. And they're made up of electron donor acceptor layers. The electroactive layer contains ideal donors that are polyaromatic molecules with a low band gap, ideally in the 1 to 2 electron volt range. Silicon cells, though, have a higher efficiency because their electrons are moving through a highly organized crystal lattice versus moving through an organic solid where there's bouncing between molecules, which decreases efficiency.
Do you have any idea what they were talking about? Yeah, so they're talking about the organic solar cells which act as semiconductors. You have a P-type layer for hole transport and N-type layer for electron transport. So the basic principle behind it is that you have light exciting an electron from the HOMO of your donor to the LUMO of that same donor. And that creates a geminate pair. This geminate pair then travels to the donor acceptor interface. From there, the electron in the LUMO of the donor is able to be transferred to the acceptor. However, this whole, that's created in the HOMO is not able to be transferred into the acceptor. So now you have a separation of charges, and then once they travel to their respective electrodes, you get generation of electricity. So in terms of quantum chemistry, why it's so relevant is that it almost acts as a particle in a box. So what happens when you increase the polymer length, what happens is that the energies of this particle in a box decrease rapidly. So by having a longer polymer length, you have lower energies, which makes it an easier way to excite these electrons. So that's what most of the research has been focused on nowadays, is just increasing this polymer length.
Dinner sometime? Yeah?
Hello, I'm back with more knowledge about organic solar cells.
Cool.
So basically for small molecules, highly conjugated systems are typically used for electron donating groups, like the molecules shown here. And then these molecules show a HOMO-LUMO gap between roughly 1.6 electron volts, and that is because of the small excitation diffusion lengths and low carrier mobilities. I calculated those values using WebMO and other literary articles. But the molecule on the bottom is a polymer, and polymers are long-chain molecular systems that gain the electron donating material because they're already electron accepting materials. And the only reason why this is so high is because the benzene ring has a high aromaticity, which is causing a high change between the band gap. I just don't know why organic solar cells are more useful than silicon cells.
You know, organic solar cells have a few advantages over silicon cells. They have low manufacturing costs and also low environmental impacts. They also are very thin and flexible, which perhaps could open markets for solar energy to be used for powering small electronic devices. Silicon cells, on the other hand, have high manufacturing costs because they require high temperatures to be produced. To produce electricity with silicon cells, it costs between 20 and 40 cents per kilowatt hour, whereas power plants cost between 8 to 12 cents per kilowatt hour. Currently, the efficiencies are about 5% for organic solar cells, whereas for silicon cells it's about 15%. So with more investment into organic solar cells, they could have a vital contribution to the photovoltaic conversion of solar energy, which could perhaps lead to less expensive costs at producing electricity.
It's actually really fascinating.
Thanks for teaching me about organic solar cells, guys. Hopefully we survive so we can do research on it someday.
And we haven't heard anything from outside in a really long time, so I'm sure we're pretty much safe right now.